This is a continuation of an ongoing roleplay mega-campaign that will go from Crusader Kings 3 to Stellaris. King Liscandro's vengeance has come, something he has sought for years. In a decisive war, the Kingdom of Sardinia and their allies laid waste to the city of Barcelona and the family that bears its name, their longtime rivals. Their other rival family, Bourgogne, continued to be a thorn in the king's side, as despite killing their previous king, it is likely that their family is looking for revenge, as plots are everywhere. The House of Torres continues to grow in power, with its holdings all across the Western world and connections in almost every great house. But for the king, this is not enough. He seeks greatness and power wherever it can be found.
With Barcelona taken, I think it's time for another war of the Heathens. We'll do one more great conquest. I mean, he's ambitious. He's wanting a lot of power. Someone's plotting to kill our son. My kinsman King Idris has asked me if I'd like to get together for a small bout of carousing and merrymaking. That man is a lunatic. He apparently himself is a reveler of some notoriety. This is the type of dude to invite you to a satanic orgy unironically. So it'll be perfect for our king, because he is also pretty out there. We'll go ahead and see. We'll go. With his engagement to Lona, Balthazar has asked if I could host a wedding at our court. Yeah, we'll host our son's wedding. We can afford it. Such a joy to see my wife, Queen Etzinet. Once again, we eat, drink, and sing together as no time has passed since we parted last. We could have been dining at a barn, and this was still been one of the greatest weddings I've ever been to. Nice. We've reinvigorated our friendship with our wife. Oh, cool. Our son is going to be friends with his wife. Much like the long-standing tradition of House Torres. Alcoholism, debilitating mental issues, and becoming friends with your wife. Those are the three key things that always happen with every single one of our kings. To the impressive King Liscandro of Sardinia, you and I should be friends, not foes. These fucking heathens. Cowards. Trying to pay us off. No. Where are you from? No, I think a much more fitting option would be a holy war. We got a letter from a Muslim, a heathen, who dared to suggest that we would take gold and not destroy the heathens wherever they could be found. No, that insult is too great. They don't fear us enough. They're asking to bribe us, to stop us from murdering them. No. Death is far too good. That being said, if he converts when we siege out his capital and slaughter his men, we will consider not murdering him for his insult. Traveler from a faraway land has visited me today, and it appears my reputation precedes me. Because after exchanging pleasantries to travel, he said jokingly, I heard about you and your honeyed words. We're known for many things. Speaking is not one of murder, rivalries, warfare, militarism. Those things we're known for. Good words, not so much. My only regret is I do not have more billhooks by which to decapitate the heathen. Direct quote, King Liscandro, 1296. I regret that it's come to this. I know that you are King Aubrey's real killer. If you wish for my silence, you'll do as they say. Fuck you. Abdul, our vassal in North Africa, getting a little too comfortable with his position, it seems. Far too comfortable. I'll remind you that we gave him his lands, his title, and his position, and he blackmails us? We don't give a shit if people know we killed a king. Everyone knows that we've done much worse things. No. We're gonna decline. We're now known as a murderer. Well, since we're already known as a murderer, there's no harm in just another, and I think Archon Abdul is more than deserving for his actions. I never expected I would grow as close to King Idris as I have done in the past few years. We're both tyrants and like on the border of insanity, so it checks out. On multiple occasions, he has proven himself to be a reliable and forthright man, with only my best interests at heart. We are family. Holy shit, we're gonna befriend the fucking lunatic, disfigured King of Al-Andalus, our distant cousin. It's best I watch my back and prepare my defenses. There are many out there who will thirst for vengeance. I guess the rivalry with the French royal family is probably gonna continue. We won the war! Another successful religious war. I've studied Sardinian vulgar language for many moons. I'm gonna stop you right there, you goddamn heathen. Heathens can't speak our beautiful Sardinian language. Get the fuck out. Archon Karule, my vassal, strides forward, clearly eager to hear my response to his petition. My liege, course I can trade is stifled by a lack of currency. Let the Torshutaru Ayakio establish our own mints and royal approval for the good of Sardinia and Corsica. We can trade it for the Judicatu of Tortoli. Yeah, we'll let them mint their own coins if we get the Judicatu of Tortoli. If we get territory, we'll do it. He didn't want to do that. That's a shame. And we were exposed. Fuck. He's terrified. The delegation from Barcelona slowly files out of my private chambers, our long meeting finally over. With petitioners beg for money to repair the crumbling walls of the holding that we broke down, just a reminder, and I've invoked my lordly duty to help them. I drove my fingers on the table, pondering whether to send them funds. We need to fortify Barcelona, because they'll come for it one day. So, we'll go ahead and do it. God, we're going into a lot of debt for this, but needs to be done. A lament for the king. What man does not hope to rest when tired, no matter his wealth and treasure acquired. A hope only for memory's grace, so that the whole world remembers their face. It's okay. Our son really is not going to take off his helmet, is he? We'll make him our marshal as well. He needs some experience. Abdul does not deserve to be marshal anymore. Where's our son? Prince Balthazar. Yep, it is completely collapsing under the Khatun Tuyana, the 22-year-old empress of the Ilkhanate, with 2,767 loyal soldiers at her back. Ooh, wow. And there it goes. The Ilkhanate, the heirs of the Mongols, have completely splintered. We are going to go ahead and develop the capital while getting shit-faced. Oh no, he had a mental break while doing it. Lately, I feel as if I am constantly distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Probably because he's not screwing his wife because she's sleeping with someone else. Yet another House Torres family tradition. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself to daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life. We can become athletic. Yeah, let's go work it out. Let's go lift some weights. We're gonna go running after we get drunk, of course. Gotta do that first. He actually found a healthy coping mechanism. This is the first member of our family, and I think like 3 generations who developed a healthy coping mechanism. That's a real achievement. We only have 140 years to EU4, by the way. I'd say we've got probably 3, maybe 4 more sessions before we hit EU4. Abdul Ghaffur was attending a local celebration in Logador, and I happen to know that he is a bit of a wine aficionado. I could lure him into the cellar of my castle for an exclusive tasting, then make sure he never walks out again. That'd be a little obvious though, wouldn't it? Like, oh no! This guy whose father I clearly hate, he just died when I invited him to a private wine tasting with no witnesses. So weird. We're gonna do it anyway though, because we're callous and we don't give a shit. Abdul Ghaffur is dead. Walled up and soon to be forgotten. He followed me willingly, drunk on merriment and wine, into the cellar. After many glasses of fine wine, he fell readily asleep. It didn't even stir as I brought out a towel and methodically bricked up the exit. Jesus. We buried this dude alive? I would not want to be within 100 miles of this fucking king. Jesus fuck, dude. Unfortunately, I was seen leading him into the basement. Within weeks, the newly raised wall was torn down to reveal the horror behind. He was drunk and in need of lodging. Well, everyone knows that we did it, and our daughter was wounded. Apparently Jesus Christ, we beat the shit out of our daughter while trying to train her. We're gonna run it. We're gonna work off some of this stress. We're gonna get some of that alcohol out of our system too, hopefully, by running. As night fell, I found myself alone in my chambers. Suddenly, and I don't know how it started, I just began crying. Oh, dude. Oh, no, he's having a breakdown. I sobbed for what must have been hours, letting out all my pain and sadness. When it stopped, I felt a little better. This man clearly has a little bit of a conscience still left, you know? Like, deep down, underneath all the murder and horrible things, there's still a conscience down there somewhere. That's rough, man. But you did kill all those people, so, you know. All right, let's go on a pilgrimage as well. We're clearly beginning to reflect on the horrible things we've done in our life, and what better way than to ask for salvation from God. Greetings, King Liscandro. I studied the Sardinian vulgar language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using a Sardinian vulgar script, a letter of friendship from a speaker of the Magyar. The King of Hungary has learned our language. His daughter and our heir are married, so he learned our language. That's actually really cool. Damn. We're going to befriend him. Amongst my fellow pilgrims, there's a man who preaches compassion and fellowship until he reaches the topic of heathens. Abominable monsters in the eyes of God, deviants and child murderers all. This man is spitting facts. As my entourage travels through a small town, I feel a tug on the hem of my clothes. Turning to look, I see a thin, raggedy man staring at me. Oh, great Lord, I beg of you, could you spare some coins for a poor beggar? He's a Catholic. I am starving and none of the locals will aid me. We're callous, so we're not gonna do it. My journey has been a long one, but I have finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the priests and bishops treat me. Wonderful. We are a pilgrim, struggling in our late life with all the horrible things we have done. We have become even more religious and closer to God. Let's go ahead and build a church too now that we're back. Let's find somewhere we can build a church. Cool, we have a claim on the sheikdom now. Let's go ahead and get revenge. This Taifa was stealing money from our vassals, taking money and wealth levied upon our own people. Only we have the right to tax our people to death. He doesn't have the right to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and get our revenge. We have a claim upon his capital, and we will take it from his cold dead hands. Call the banners! This may be our last war too. We're getting pretty old now. We're 53. I don't think we've had anyone live past 60 so far. Concerned for my current war, my friend King Ferenc has paid out of his treasury to aid my efforts. Heading a caravan of wagons laden with gold, Ferenc arrived this morning and my main encampment is now busy paying my soldiers. I fucked up a little bit. I fucked up a lot of bit. His title made me worried, and I was right to worry. Our son is married to his cousin, because the King of Hungary is married to our sister. We can't get them to have a divorce either. What the fuck? Come on. We started off so strong. Remember like 4 generations ago when House Torres was really strong, an up-and-coming family with ambitious, powerful men? I miss those days. Back in my day, we were a family that built things and killed people for the right reasons. While I was at the market with Olympia, her attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Olympia watched him for a while. When he did nothing but cough and beg for water, she rolled her eyes and kept on walking. Takes after us. I'll say that. God, the parenting you see in this game, Jesus fuck, man. You can literally see like poor parenting and childhood trauma happening in real time. It's quite impressive, really. I'd say all of our children to ours were, like, all of our children up to Ippolita were for sure ours, I think. Probably. The last 2 are very much in question. Princess Olympia was in question, and Luke was very much in question. He was born when we were on campaign. A papal envoy has reached my court, bringing news from the Vatican. Pope Lucius issued a call to arms to all righteous Christian rulers. As a Catholic king, I am expected to prepare my men to fight for the universal church. It is a war for Bulgaria. The Holy See promises full absolution. We have to fight in this war. We have many sins. We have sinned much in our life. Much of it was for God. But if we're gonna be honest, a good part was for ourselves and our family too, which might not let us get to where we want to go when we die. So I think slaughtering lots of our men and putting our life on the line for Christ, for absolution, is a wonderful way to go here. Call the banners! It's for the emir of the Borgin Zerkovo Emirate. Oh, that'll be right on the door of Constantinople. Whoa, alright. Sweaty, tired, and in need of food, a long day of training with the troops is coming to an end. As we search for a place to camp, we spot an old and abandoned castle in the distance. Widening my stance, I declare, that is where we will make camp for the night. The sun is setting, and with every step towards the ruin, it looks more ominous. Before long, the soldiers are whispering about ghosts. Darkness, dampness, and desolation reigns within the castle, and all traces of life are gone. Peering up the king's stairs, I spot what looks to be the remains of lush tapestries and old paintings. Looking down spiraling steps, I see only darkness reaching far down into the ground beneath the castle. He is going through his fucking redemption arc right now. He's gonna go face his fucking fears. Which is probably what he's done. I feel like this man would fear nothing more than himself. We're gonna call King Idris into the war. Good friends, good drinking buddies. Why not kill some heathens together? I'm heading to my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think, till the wind starts to speak. Ilona, open up! The King of France? My beloved, is I, Guy. I push the shutters open and lo and behold, a man has climbed up our fucking niece's window. That's our son's wife. The King of France is, the 17-year-old kid is trying to seduce our daughter-in-law. Why can't we have just pushed him out of the window? Like, I'm just imagining like Game of Thrones season 1 Bran being pushed off the fucking tower style for the King of France, you know? Why didn't we get that option in the event? That's bullshit. I want to be able to push him out of the fucking window. That's what our boy here would do, let's be real. He wouldn't care it's the King of France, he'd push him out the window. Our man has almost no moral scruples. Fuck, they're gonna run us. And the Crusade is on. God damn it. We got Gallant too. We have every single martial fucking trait at this point. They're a strong army, but they're nothing like us, and we're rivals with the King of France. King Guy hated you since you became the head of House Torres. We're feuding again. Ah, the fucking French. We never should have stopped feuding with him. We're gonna challenge him to a fight. The fucking cur. Oh, he accepted for a few brief moments. King Guy and I paced lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my Davidi sword, ready to defend myself while he clutches his magnificent spear firmly to hand. This fight may only be till first blood, but this doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. The king wastes no time, meeting me with an intense series of piercing thrusts that force me back step by step. We're gonna feint, or we're gonna stab. My sword makes a quick slash one way, only for me to draw a fresh dagger with my offhand and lunge at Guy as he attempts to parry. With surprising speed, Guy unleashes a piercing thrust of his spear, nearly knocking my sword loose. My form is good, but with only a few errors, and Guy's stance is passable. My opponent's guard is fierce. I feel far from victory. Confident attack. My sword flows around Guy like water. He strikes, shading fluidly into the next. A series of perfectly timed attacks out of nowhere. Guy hurls a heavy purse in my face, which connects with a crunch. By the time I've recovered, he's pressing his advantage against me. My form is good with only a few errors. Oh, he's just a good fucking fighter. We're gonna fucking do an expert onslaught. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes, driving myself hard against Guy's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. With surprising speed, he unleashes a piercing thrust of his own. My form is excellent with little chance for mistakes. We are now evenly matched, with victory balanced on a nice edge. We're gonna feint at him again. It's our move. Oh, damn it! Splitting my attention between two strikes proves to have been ambitious. I'm first aware of the sword being ripped from my grasp, but with my offhand dagger jerks towards it involuntarily, only for that weapon to be smashed away from me by Guy's backswing. Bereft of weapon, backup weapon, and with my opponent preparing to unseam my groin to neck, there's only one thing to do. You will rue the day! You defeated King Liscandro! We lost to the King of France. It was close, but he defeated us, and we captured the fucking Taifa. Beautiful. We won the war, but we lost the duel. And now, we sail to fight the heathen. Once more, our armies stand poised to take part of the crusade for Bulgaria. St. George willing, we will soon rise victorious, the blood of the heathens painting the soil red. We can't avoid a chance to get a confrontation here. We're gonna fight them. My agents have prepared for weeks. The cooks have been bribed to look the other way, and the poison has been acquired. And the duck was gifted to King Guy alone. This little shit. It will be rubbed over the poison with a bed of herbs will mask the smell it is served. The deadly bitterness will be the last thing my target ever tastes. 5% chance, 80% chance of being discovered. I don't give a shit. He beat us in combat. He tried to screw our daughter-in-law. We're gonna do it anyway. It was thwarted. And we have been named at trying to do it. He knows we tried to murder him. We could try and fuck his wife. But we don't know our wife is like actually... Oh, never mind. She's gay. She wouldn't be into that. Again, we're too Christian to do that kind of stuff, though. Unfortunately, I think our son will be too. He's zealous. Quick and hawk-eyed. He looks like a bit of a dick. God damn it. He was a really good heir. Come on. Balthazar has been murdered. God, how could you do this to my son? If I have sinned, why did you not punish me instead? He was blameless. My perfect son. Life has too much in store for him. He got murdered. Probably the fucking French. He was with us, too. He was crusading with us. We'll have to take his body back to Sardinia with us. There's a very high chance Luke is not our child, and he's our heir. King Liscandro is a callous, hardcore, zealous-ass man who has very strong suspicions his wife is cheating. We don't know she is, we've never had it confirmed, but we're not fucking stupid. She had Luke when we were away for over a year. Do we keep him as our heir, or we disinherit him and let one of our daughters inherit? On the battlefield, surrounding the siege of the capital of the Emirate of Bulgaria, after seeing his son die, not in battle, not fighting the heathen, but slaughtered callously in his tent in our encampment, slain by some bold and cruel assassin, doubtless a fucking frog eater from the west. Seeing his firstborn son lie dead before him, and unable to take him back and be buried, struggling with grief and the actions he's taken in his life, King Liscandro, grieving heavily and looking to the future of his family before his men and all the good Christians sieging out the capital of the heathen, disinherits his son and names his daughter his heir. It's our son's daughter. Oh shit. I forgot he had a daughter. When we disinherited Luke and our firstborn daughter, it went to our granddaughter, Cipriana de Torres. She's 6 years old. She has dyslexia, but she's intelligent and bossy. We'll take her under our wing. We'll educate her ourselves. This is our redemption arc. We're gonna try and make our granddaughter better than us, better than our son, a worthy heir to our family. We've done many horrible things in our life, and perhaps salvation will come to us through our acts in this crusade. But if it doesn't, we'll raise our granddaughter to be better than our son, than our daughters, than we were. We're almost done with the siege of the capital. Our dynasty is even more renowned. We are now glorious. I think it's time we take a little jump here into intimidation and scheming. We're beyond salvation. Our granddaughter is not. We'll teach her well, but that doesn't mean we have to change our own lifestyle. Mental break. Recently, I feel like I am not worthy of the kingdom of Sardinia and Corsica. Do other rulers doubt themselves as I doubt myself? I try to be a good... No, you don't. Realistic king, but my subjects take everything I do as mean-spirited. I wonder why. Would that be the impaling, the murder, the plotting against family? Probably one of those. Others of my station don't seem to have problems controlling their inferiors. Let's go get shit-faced. We're not a good person. King Liscandro is a bad man. I honestly think he's probably the worst of our kings so far, and that's saying a lot. Like, he's done some bad shit. The Fool of Lagudoro. I do not know where it originates from, but a despicable song is going around town, amusing the common folk at my expense. An indolent dreamer. I wallow in squalor. I confuse impotence with sense such as my cowardly defense. Such gall! Earlier today, I even had a servant humming its melody, so I ordered her flogged. That's about right. Our other daughter came of age. Jesus Christ, she's a fucking Geiga Chad. Look at that. Skilled tactician, aspiring blade master, a drunk, intelligent, chaste woman. She should have inherited, man. She's a fucking beast. Let's find her a husband. I'm gonna give her a matrilineal marriage. She is too much a woman for a ruler, let's be honest. He has claims on the Duchy of Bavaria, and he has regal bearing. Yeah, we'll go with that. We're gonna push his claim later on, and we're gonna get our family put into power in Bavaria. King William X is married to our daughter, Queen Juana, our firstborn child and firstborn daughter. He's a fucking beast too. He's a famous champion, a brilliant strategist, an adulterer. He's cheating on our fucking daughter? Hold on, I take it back. He's a piece of shit. We'd want to do something about that. We know that he's cheating on our daughter. She's already borne him children. People of our blood flow through the royal veins of England. I saw no reason that we cannot exact our revenge upon him. I literally said it seconds before. The existence of my plot to murder King William has been discovered. Let's get in there. Beautiful. We made it. Slaughter the heathen. Quick, we need to get the siege of the capital again. Ah, no, they beat us to it. The fucking Barcelonans! Nah, they left. Good. We're gonna take the siege for ourselves. We'll not lose the prize of the Holy War to our fucking enemies in Barcelona. I fucking knew it. My wife, Queen Etienne, is once again absent from our chambers as night falls. She has been distant lately, lost in thought, and rarely seen at court. Am I not to her satisfaction? Fucking cheater. Good thing we disinherited Luke. God fucking damn. This is a very tough crusade, I will say. The Muslims have gained a lot of power back now that they've taken much of the Middle East back to themselves. Without the Mongols controlling so much here, there's a lot more centralized authority in these regions. So holy wars will be really difficult again. I sit brooding on my throne, my heart heavy with memory, mulling over some things I did years and years ago. Did I work hard enough back then? Did my toil avert trouble or cause it? Have I ever truly done the right thing? No. No, there's an easy answer to that. We're gonna go running. Young Cipriana has decided to organize a simple play for my and some of the other courtiers' entertainment. Well, normally it might seem like it would be beneath her, but she has already put in so much effort into it, and it's only a little bit of a play. The children are putting on a comedic tale of a foolish knight that charges at towers, calling them giants, Don Quixote, goddammit. And of course, Cipriana is doing her best to act the fool, just for my enjoyment. Gregarious. St. George has granted, oh, it's our fucking cousin, King Aramundu, victory in the crusade for Bulgaria. After defeating Temujin and his heathen warriors on several occasions, our warriors forced the enemies of the faith to admit their ignominious defeat. Wow. Our cousin is going to become King of Bulgaria, a good Christian king and one of our dynasty. This is going to be our third Crusader king for our family. No, fourth. I think we've had 4 of them now. The only one who still has any sort of power. He formed Castile. With the establishment of a proper Catholic king in Bulgaria, the faithful can rest easy, knowing that St. George is smiling upon our good works. I gathered here today to witness the marriage of Aubrey and Sancha. Our grandson, as one plate of food is replaced by the next, my son-in-law, King William, the one we tried to murder, and he knows that, goes on and on about sword practice. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lord? He's also cheating on our daughter. You making a fool of yourself could never bore me. We're getting closer to becoming a rival with him. That's fine. Look at that. It completely splintered. Hot couture fashion, exotic food, grand lodgings, and exotic servants. I want to see if we can get the most prestigious court in the world before we die. Cool. Persia's the strong one. They're Tengri, too. I'm headed for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think. Till the wind starts to speak. This dude is trying to seduce our fucking wife. Eddie, open up my sweetheart. It is I, Aubrey. I pushed those shutters open and lo and behold, it's the fucking King of France, this bitch. Goddamn French. First, our daughter, and now our goddamn wife. Is there no end to these fucking French? I have several cups of spiced wine into the meal, and I would normally by now be quite merry. Unfortunately, that cursed presence of Guy, we're at a fucking feast with that dick again, diagonally opposite me at the table, blights my evening. We've married into our families, like, often. Like, this is literally basically Family Feud at this point. All it takes is the merest hint, a slight of his mouth, and we're leaning across the surface, pointing fingers and shouting at the top of our voices. You fop doodle! You chur! He bellows. You couldn't best a child in a test of strength. I could pin your arm to the wood. Right now, with myriad effort, you are 24 and we are 61. But fucking prove it, you bitch! We fucking beat him! At 62 years old! King Liscandro shows the King of France, a young lad, a person, a king, who thinks himself so strong that he is no match for an old man. For a long while now, there have been stories circulating about supposed ghosts appearing in massive numbers in some settlements in Valencia. I was curious. I wanted to see if I could catch a glimpse of some supernatural phenomenon. So on a whim, I decided to go there myself, to a town where such things are apparently common. Once we arrived, I and several guards decided to stay the night, watching outside my window for any sign of spirits. We sat there at the window for a long time. Deep into the wee hours of the night, still nothing interesting happened, and I was asleep by the time the sun rose. We didn't see anything. Perhaps that's a sign. Perhaps the madness of our family is gone. The King of France is attempting to kill Luke. We've banished him already. He will not inherit. We don't care. We could try and fight the HRE, but it would be fucking brutal. Our daughter? Our daughter's husband has the claim on the whole fucking HRE. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop here for the day, and when we continue next week, when we continue King Liscandro and the story of House Torres, we are going to be preparing for an invasion of the HRE to press the claim of our daughter, who has a matrilineal marriage with an heir to the HRE. So if we put him on the throne of the HRE, a member of House Torres will rule. It'll be rough. We might not win that war, but he is old and he is still ambitious. And while he still has health and life in him, he would certainly attempt to do something this grand and this crazy.